Hello, I'm Stephen, the Teen Services Coordinator with the Denham Springs Walker branch of the Livingston Parish Library, and welcome back to another STEAM Saturdays. We are doing our very brand new series today, and it's the first episode of our Animal Science series. So, if you've ever wanted to contribute to science yourself, or just fancy yourself a naturalist observer, you may want to consider downloading an app like the iNaturalist app. iNaturalist is an app that you can download to your phone or your tablet, and it allows you to go out in nature and take photos. Each photo you submit is considered an observation that will contribute to the science of biodiversity, from the rarest of butterflies to the most common of backyard weeds. Each photo you share with iNaturalist will go to data locations around the globe and contribute to scientific findings. All you have to do is observe. Just today, I used the app to observe a local honeybee, and then after I got done uploading my photos, I sat down and had a conversation with my new flying friends. Let's take a look. Hello, I am here with a honeybee to answer all of our pressing questions. So, how are you today, Miss Bee?
I'm busy as always, Stephen, but it is nice to take a break from all that work and talk with you today.
Glad to hear it. As a bee, you are a busy little bee. So can you walk me through, what does the day-to-day life of a bee look like?
Well, Stephen, we only live to about 6 weeks old, so we have to use that time as efficiently as we can.
Wow, I can see how every second counts.
Absolutely. From the moment we were born, all 30,000 or so of my siblings and I get right to work.
That is a lot of siblings. How does your mom get you all out of bed in the morning?
Well, most of us wake up with the sun.
That sure is early. What do you do next?
Well, to wake up and get ready for the day, I usually give myself a bath and stretch my legs and wings before I take off.
Morning stretches do feel amazing. What do you do after that?
My first order of business is foraging. Other bees specialize in getting water or guarding the hive, but not me. I am an explorer. I usually start at a small patch of flowers by the creek, and they're usually bursting with pollen.
I see. And how do you gather that pollen and bring it all back to the hive?
With a corbicula on each of my back legs, or little pollen baskets, if you will.
And do you bring any snacks with you? Where do you eat lunch?
Well, the flower nectar is all I need to replenish myself. I might grab a droplet of water as well. Pollen gathering can make you very thirsty.
Ah, I see. And what do you do with the pollen once you bring it back to the hive?
I'll seal it up with a bit of nectar and let it ferment into bee bread.
Bread? Bees have bread?
Well, that's what we call it. It is just a mixture of pollen and honey and nectar, and sometimes we'll add some bacteria or certain types of mold to help break things down and release amino acids and other nutrients from the pollen.
Wow, that sounds like a lot to do for just one morning.
Sometimes, instead of making bee bread myself, I'll pass the nectar off to a processor bee, who passes it on again to another worker bee. Each time they pass the nectar, they add their own enzymes to the concoction. When it reaches the end of the assembly line, the last bee plops it into the honeycomb and beats their wings like crazy to make any extra water evaporate. It might not look like honey yet, but it gets there. Then they seal it up with beeswax, restore it for food come winter.
That is so cool. What else do y'all do when you're not foraging?
When I was younger, 2 weeks old, I'd help clean out the hive. Since I'm over 3 weeks old, almost all I do is forage and rest.
So what happens if the hive gets damaged? How do y'all repair it?
We gather and make a mixture of tree sap and resin from a leaf bud, mix it up with some wax and saliva, and make bee glue or propolis.
That is amazing. You bees are so resourceful.
Thank you.
Was there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
Well, I really have to get back to my work, but I'll leave you with these fun facts.
Sounds great.
Well, you may have noticed I'm a bit different from you. I actually have 5 eyes and 6 legs.
So that's why you're so good at spotting and gathering pollen, and I'm not.
Right. And male bees are called drones, and female bees that aren't the queen are called worker bees.
Ah, I was wondering about that.
I can fly up to 20 miles per hour.
That's so fast!
It takes the nectar and pollen from about 2 million flowers to make 1 pound of honey.
That's a lot of flowers.
Yes, and we are important to the environment because we pollinate approximately 130 agricultural crops in the U.S. alone. The fruits, fiber, nuts, and vegetables you humans eat depend a lot on us. The bee pollination adds approximately $14 billion annually to improved crop yield and quality.
Well, thank you so much for everything you do for us.
It is our pleasure.
Well, I guess I'll let you get back to work now. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me today.
It was no problem, Stephen.
Well, that's all we have this week. We'll see you next week on another STEAM Saturday Animal Science series. Bye!
Bye!